All right, this is Team 43 with artifact number 1 for the spring semester. Our sprint goal this round was the integration of brand guidelines along with security and some functional components that will help us in the future. Overall, we feel like this sprint was a success. We didn't get everything accomplished that we wanted to, but we're definitely moving in the right direction, and it'll help us in future sprints. First of all, we want to demonstrate the brand guidelines we've implemented. In the past sprints, our front end, it wasn't really cohesive. So we got guidelines from the sponsor as far as colors, fonts to use, and such. And we've implemented colors, and we're working on fonts right now. And as you can see, as we navigate through the app, it's much more one voice, but there's still some work to do. And also what's nice about this is it's centralized in one location, so we can make changes to it, and it just changes throughout the app. Change it back because this doesn't look great. But it just gives the sponsor more control in case they want to change it. They don't have to navigate through many style pages to change the controls. So that will be very beneficial in the future. And then also we've started working on a mobile component of this app. The sponsor wants a mobile piece, but it's not fully functional like the web version. It's mainly just to take images of receipts so that it can be uploaded and sent through the OCR process and sent to the database. This isn't fully functional yet, but it's in process. We got the document upload process to work with the web, which this will plug into the mobile piece as well. And so I'll demonstrate that really quick, and we can look in the backend documents, and we'll delete this file here. So now there are 2 files in this folder, and if we go to the import process, choose a file, choose a plan review I downloaded today to submit, upload, and then we go to the back end, we now see this file here. And that leads us into the next part, which would be the OCR process. After a file is uploaded, it would go through the import OCR process to extract the data. I have some examples here to get the OCR working. In the back end, we just need to run a script, unit test, and it will extract the text. So in the image above, there's 2 items, and I use regular expressions to find things with dollar values and then look for another number that would be a quantity and then a description. And it excludes totals right now. Don't know if we really want to, it's necessary to bring that data into the database. But that will set us up for categorization next round, which is like putting a certain type of food into like a meat category, a vegetable category, and then identifying like, hey, what does this mean? And eventually, hey, we should get to a point where we're like, hey, BGMC means Big Mac. Another thing we implemented this round was global variables. So this is helpful in a couple ways, but the main way it helps us is when we get ready to introduce this to a production level environment. When we're testing, we can pass in a parameter to specify the development variable so that when our front end needs to communicate with our back end in the development environment, it'll use localhost, what we have running. But when we put this in production, we'll want to use a domain name if the sponsor has a domain website. So we can put a website there, and then that will replace things in our calls, like it'll put this URL there and replace it. So we don't have to change it when we're going from production to development. We just have to specify which variables we want to use when we're running the app. And then another thing that we worked on this round, not fully complete yet, but it should be next round when we integrate it a little bit more, is tokens. So worked on storing tokens on the front end, and then also working on finishing up creating the token on the back end And then next round we can do more things like passing that token back and forth and checking to see if everything's authenticated. But yeah, overall we feel pretty good about where we're at right now. Next sprint we'll move into categorization, which will be kind of like the last core functional piece of the requirements and getting that implemented. And then from there, we're going to be doing a lot of iteration to improve the app and make sure things are working. Thank you.